everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Thursday and it's September 29th. We have one meeting to tell you about today. It's at 10 o'clock this morning. It is the all board, all directors meeting, and that is in the boardroom as well as virtual. Now, I do need to give you some special instructions regarding following along virtually. It's changed a little bit because our boardroom Granicus equipment is temporarily out of service. So in order for you to be able to see that meeting today via Zoom, you need to go to lagunawoodsvillage.com, our website, click on calendars, then click on all governance boards. Then you go to the corporate members special meeting and select the September 29th date box. You then will click the link under description to connect. Or you could also open the agenda and you copy and paste that link into your browser, which is your URL space above when you're in Safari or Chrome. Okay, just wanted to give you that information. We may need that for the next couple of days until we get our Granicus up and running. All right, let's tell you who's on our show today. Well, we have May Roberts, who's here on behalf of the Florence Sylvester Senior Center, and of course, always great activities happening over there, and they've got a real yummy one that's coming up next month. Then we have Dr. Bobby Awadala, who is here on behalf of Skin Credible Dermatology and Surgery. And he's got some good information for us regarding skin cancer and what to look for. Okay, let's take a look at our weather. Well, we've got still some warm skies, but we are going to start off our morning. Looks like we've cleared already, but we did have a little bit of fog this morning and all the way down to the beach, of course. We are looking at warm skies today, 85, 67. Tomorrow, partly sunny, 81, 64. Then cooling, 79, 64, 79, 65, and then 80, 68. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:44, and our sunset will be 6:38. All right, when we come back, we will have May Roberts with all the activities of the Florence Sylvester Senior Center. So stay tuned.
The California Attorney General, Ron Bonta, issued a consumer alert on hearing aids sold over the counter or online. Quote, while hearing aids sold online or over the counter may appear to be more cost effective than traditional hearing aids, they may not properly address your particular hearing loss needs, or they may be outright scams. He goes on to say, get checked by a licensed hearing professional and beware of misleading claims. Call Advanced Ear Care today for answers on over-the-counter hearing aids and options. Tell them Stuart sent you.
Welcome to Balbina's Mexican Restaurant. Stop by and experience the most authentic Mexican food in the region. We are serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have a very extensive Mexican wine list from Valle de Guadalupe and the center of Mexico. Visit us for breakfast and lunch from 8 in the morning to 2 p.m. and for dinner from 5 to 9 p.m. Stop by on Wednesdays and enjoy with half off on all of our wines.
Hi, my name is Rhonda Plains. I'm from Fullerton, California. I absolutely love Dr. V. I am very happy to drive from Fullerton to Laguna Woods. I was having an issue with my vision. There was strobe light going off in my eye. Dr. Vias was able to get me in to see him the next day. Once I met him and he diagnosed the problem with my eye, I felt very comfortable with him, and I'm just really happy that I found him.
During the pandemic, thousands turned to AgeWell for help. Since March of last year, AgeWell has provided Orange County seniors with more than 40,000 grab-and-go lunches, 500,000 home-delivered meals, as well as transportation and case management services. We were there for you then, and we're here for you now. Stay strong. Stay well. Age well. Learn more about our services or how to get involved today at myagewell.org.
Well, we welcome May Roberts here from the Florence Sylvester Senior Center. Hello.
Hi.
Nice to see your smiling face as always.
Oh, good to see you.
You're always so excited, and you know what? You put together an awful lot of things that go on at the Florence Sylvester Senior Center. So I'm happy that you could make it on to tell us all about them. So the first one we'll start with is you're having a conversation, the joys and challenges of aging.
That's right. So there's a gentleman who lives in the village, and this is what he has done one way or another his whole life.
Wow.
And he's now 80, and he has realized that there are a lot of experiences that are very specific to this age group, and he wants to talk about them.
Oh.
And he's been doing this in the village here and there, but it's a very small group, and to kind of keep it more intimate. But it's just to talk about the ways that people are handling challenges and different joys that you would never expect that are happening at that age.
Well, also I think that he might be able to bring some light to recognizing those joys, right? Because sometimes those things come and go and they just pass us by and we don't even think about them. So that sounds really fun. So it's 14 people, and that's going to be when?
That is going to be on the 11th.
Okay.
And I believe it's at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
You just call and sign up. There are a few spots left, so just
Okay.
call reception and they'll put you on the list.
Okay, perfect. Or could they also find out the information at myagewell.com?
They will. I think the calendar will be posted later today.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And then the day after that, you guys are having a drive-through flu clinic.
That's right. It's a really big week for that week in October. So we are doing it, I think we've done this for the last 2 years. We started doing it with COVID, but what we realized last year is that people actually preferred the drive-through part. So you can just sit in your car, sit in your air conditioning, listen to what you're listening to. Some people have trouble getting out of their cars.
Yeah.
Some people, just don't feel like it. So either way, you can drive through, you get a goodie bag from our really generous sponsors, and then we also have a healthy treat after you get your shot.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Nice. And there's no waiting with the flu shot. Like I remember with COVID, they had to make sure you were okay after 15 minutes.
Nope.
But the flu shot doesn't have that,
Nope.
right? Okay. Now, do they need to sign up for anything or RSVP?
Nope, registration is on site.
Okay.
And our sponsors for this event have just made everything super easy. There will be 2 lines going around the building very slowly.
Okay.
We have volunteer nurses, and each one of them has a volunteer with them to sign people up as they go through, and then the next stop is sticking your arm out the window.
Do you have any idea approximately how many shots you have?
Yes, so we got a lot more this year. Last year we ran out in 45 minutes. Yes, and we had 120 last year. So we have 180 this year.
Okay.
So we think that'll
So
get
maybe
us
an
through.
hour and 15 minutes
Yeah.
instead of 45 minutes.
Right.
Well, that's good. Well, hopefully, people will get there and they'll be able to, do what they need to do. So I'm sure the line will start lining up well before 1 o'clock.
The day before, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Park their car, go home, come back. Oh my gosh. Well, that's really nice of you guys to be able to do that. And there's no charge, correct?
No charge, completely free.
That's great. All right, awesome. Then, of course, we've been talking about your 2nd annual pancake breakfast and car show.
Yes. Now, if we're still here saying our 30th annual, so we'll have to do a check-in here. But yes, it's our 2nd annual pancake breakfast. Last year we were closed during the pancake breakfast, and we still served over 400 breakfasts, and we had over 50 cars. So we are expecting a lot more this year. We have a lot more community partners that are involved. The businesses that are local have really stepped up and helped us with prizes, so it should be really fun.
So now, is this done all in the parking lot of the Florence Sylvester Senior Center?
Last year. This
Okay.
year, the car show will be out there, and we'll also do the raffle out in the parking lot. But we will be doing the breakfast in our ballroom with a few tables outside, for those who are just not quite comfortable coming in at this time. But yeah.
That's excellent. Well, what does your pancake breakfast consist of?
Pancakes.
Well, yes, of course.
Coffee, orange juice, and this year we are adding sausage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. I think that is super fun. And that's a $5 pre-sale, but of course all the proceeds go to your Meals on Wheels, which is great.
That's right.
Okay. Now, what if it's $5 pre-sale, then what would happen if they showed up at the door?
It's going to be a whopping $7.
Okay, but nonetheless, they at least still can show up. Because, of course,
That's right.
you don't want to run out of pancakes.
That's right, and the whole reason we're doing pre-sale and I know it's just a couple dollars difference, is it just helps us plan more effectively. So we can have enough pancakes for 600 people.
Yeah.
Last year we had no idea how many people were going to show up.
And look at how many you did. Holy smokes,
Yeah.
that's a lot of pancakes to cook.
Yes, it was. It was.
Now, what number should they call? What is the Florence Sylvester Senior Center number, just in case?
It's 949-380-0155.
0155, perfect. And they can go ahead and take advantage of the pancakes in the morning. Is there a cutoff time as to when you stop serving pancakes?
Yes, we stop at 10:30.
Okay.
The car show goes to 11, but at 10:30 when we stop, we will then do the raffle
The
drawing.
raffle. And how do they get a raffle ticket?
They buy one.
Ah.
So tickets are $5.
Okay.
If you buy 4, you can get 5, so you get a 5th free.
Okay, gotcha.
And all those proceeds also go to our Meals on Wheels and our congregate lunch program.
Good. Well, sounds like you have some good raffles prizes from your
Yes.
vendors. That's awesome. Now, I know it's a little early to start talking about holiday stuff, but nonetheless, you're having a pop-up craft gift boutique.
Yes. So this
Fun.
is the first time we've tried this.
Okay.
We already have a whole slew of vendors that are going to be there, everything from jewelry to ceramics, bath products, just every kind of craft. The only qualification is it can't be something that is mass manufactured. It has to be a local artisan.
Oh, nice.
So we're really excited about it. There should be entertainment, refreshments. It'll be a fun
it's
time.
early, December 3rd, so you can
Yes.
get your holiday on early.
Yes, and our vendors that are coming, I mean, there are some items that are expensive, but mostly they're in the $20 to $50 range.
Okay.
Some even less expensive.
Okay.
So it should be affordable, to get those Christmas, those Hanukkah gifts, whatever it is you're doing. Try it out first and see if you like anything.
I like it. Well, that'll be fun. And of course, I'm sure we'll have you back and we'll talk more about that and any other events that you might have coming up. So thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
All right. And if you want more information about any of the items that we have discussed, you can always call the number that's on your screen or go to myagewell.org. We'll be right back.
At Harvard Eye Associates, we are committed to your vision care and quality of life.
It's a commitment we don't take lightly.
Our trusted team of doctors provides specialized eye care using state-of-the-art technology. We deliver what matters to you.
And your family.
Harvard Eye Associates, the future of vision today.
Welcome back. Well, today we are joined by Dr. Bobby Awadala, who is here on behalf of Skincredible Dermatology and Plastic Surgery. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. It's so
Nice
exciting.
to see you again.
Likewise.
And, we're trying to really understand, we're coming out of summer months, and of course, then we're going to start wearing turtlenecks and things, and we're not going to worry about anything, but we do have some things we still need to worry about, and that's, we have bumps on our bodies, we have freckles and things like that. So we're going to kind of go over all that. But before we do that, tell me a little bit about your practice.
All right, so my practice is called Skincredible Dermatology and Surgery. We're based in Mission Viejo, and we do the full range of general dermatology needs for patients. We do skin checks, mold checks, rashes, and biopsies if needed, and then if needed after that, any surgical procedures we do as well.
Okay.
So we have a beautiful office, we have a great staff, and we're welcoming to all people that want to come and make sure that their skin is healthy.
Now, you have one particular gal that's in your office, and tell me what she does. We have a picture of her coming up.
Yeah, Anissa Mansouri, she's a physician associate, and she's an expert in skin. She's really honed in her skills and is able to do skin checks and make sure that there aren't atypical moles or melanoma or skin cancers. She's able to diagnose rashes and prescribe treatments. And so she's also doing a lot of the skin care in the clinic alongside me, and we work together as a team.
Now, of course, we can look at our skin and we can see lots of different bumps and things that might be a tag, or they might be a freckle or things like that. But what causes skin cancer?
Okay, so skin cancer is most commonly caused by sun exposure. 90% of all skin cancers are due to sun exposure. Of course, there is a genetic component to it, so some people are more susceptible to skin cancers, but generally speaking, the lighter the skin, the less protection it has from sun damage, and the more likely it is to age and to get skin cancer. In fact, we have a picture of a truck driver that spent his entire life driving a truck. On the left side, you see that he's had a significant amount of sun damage. And on the right side, you see that where the sun wasn't exposed, you see that he had less damage. And you see the big difference in one side to the other. So the sun is the #1 cause of aging and skin cancer.
What's surprising to me is that that is through a window.
Through a
Right,
window.
and even probably some that could have some sort of tint too, right?
Right. Yeah, and I mean, we don't know how often he had his window down, of course,
Sure.
but it just gives you an idea of how dramatic it is.
Okay, so now let's take a look at another slide. This is someone who has lots of freckles on their back, and you know, you're not going to know. I mean, I can't look in a mirror, so this is why it's important to have a skin check, right?
Right, so you see all these brown spots on the back. There's all kinds of things going on here, and it's very hard to distinguish whether these are normal or abnormal, and that's why we want to have you guys come in and do a skin check so we can determine which are normal and which are abnormal and need to be biopsied.
Okay, now we did, I mentioned skin tags, but these are benign, right? Or could they technically be something else?
So, exactly. You see these brown spots here that are labeled skin tags. There are, in fact, skin tags, but they're colored and they could be, you know, misinterpreted as skin cancers, or they could be skin cancers and they could be misinterpreted as skin tags. So, but these, in fact, are brown skin tags. And then next to them is what you see a photo of a seborrheic keratosis, which is a benign growth, but it looks dark and brown, and it's confusing to whether this is a melanoma or not.
Oh, so you would want to have that checked for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you know, let me ask you something about when you see something on your skin. Sometimes people have like not a rash, but like a little mark, and then they'll scratch at it. It'll go away, but it comes right back.
Right.
Is that a cancer?
So, you know, well, typically, yes. I mean, we're concerned about things that reappear after they've been kind of removed or frozen or scratched off. That gives us a signal that there's something else going on that's not an easy process to just get rid of. It's deeper and it's got more going to it.
Yeah, and we'll get into that in just a bit. So now, of course, the biggest concern is melanoma.
Right. So what you see here is a actual melanoma. Melanomas are often difficult, again, to differentiate from normal skin or other skin spots that are normal and benign. But, you know, they can sometimes be crazy and so obvious that it's easy to diagnose this, but not always. So what we use to diagnose is the A, B, C, D, E's of melanoma. A is for asymmetry, B is for borders, C is for color, D is for diameter, and E is for evolution. So a normal mole will be symmetric, and melanoma is usually asymmetric. A normal mole will have normal borders, round borders, even borders.
Okay.
A melanoma can often have atypical borders.
Right.
A normal mole will usually be one color. Melanomas usually have more than one color. The diameter of moles is usually smaller. Melanomas continue to grow so they can get larger.
Yeah.
And then evolution, which is E, is that normal moles just usually stay the same, but melanoma, as it grows, will continue to evolve. Those are kind of the things we use to determine whether a mole is atypical. But then we also have special lights in the office that we use to see deeper into the skin to check if it's abnormal or not.
Right, and then do you use particular types of lenses, like for you visually? Do you have to use those too?
We use a magnification lens with special lighting that gets deep under the skin.
Great.
And so then we can see better how that pigment is being distributed and if it's being abnormal or not.
Well, and this is why it's really important to go in, because as you'll see in the next slide, the similarities. I mean, I wouldn't know. I mean, I'd probably look at one of those skin tags and have a heart attack and think I'm having melanoma.
That's right. And so that's why it's good to just kind of get a peace of mind. Are these normal? Are they not? And if they're not, get in as soon as you can to get them treated and off your body, because melanoma is aggressive initially, it can dive deep inside and metastasize to other parts of the body. And once it does that, it's really the cat's out of the bag, and it's hard to kind of treat. Right. If we get it early, we can just remove it and it's done. Okay. So it makes a big difference when you get the diagnosis. If you get it very early on, easy, get it out, we're done. If you get it late and it's spread, then you're talking about chemotherapy and all sorts of more difficult procedures down the road.
So let's look at one other slide. It's basal non-melanoma, and this is what you primarily get from sun exposure, correct?
Right. So these are the most common skin cancers. They're called non-melanoma skin cancers to differentiate them from the melanoma. The two most common ones are squamous cell and basal cell. They're about the same in aggressiveness for all intents and purposes. They grow locally, but they destroy the tissue locally. So the longer you leave them, the more damage they're going to cause. Right. And so you really want to get these out too. If you leave them out long enough, they are able to metastasize as well, but that's usually not as quick as a melanoma would be.
Wow. Okay. And then, of course, the way that you have them removed is what you specialize in is Mohs surgery. And just give me a quick overview of what that is.
Right. So Mohs surgery is has the highest cure rate for skin cancers. And what we do is when you come in, we remove the cancer. We take a minimal margin. So if it's on your face, you don't want somebody taking a big margin to make sure they got it out. We take a minimal margin, we remove the cancer, we take it to the lab that's on site, we check the tissue I check the tissue under the microscope and look at all the cells and make sure there's no more cancer cells. Once we do that, if it's gone, then we do this, we do stitching and I do plastic reconstructive surgery to make it pretty and show no scars. Right. If it's positive, under the microscope, then I go back to the exact location. So if it's 12 to 1 or 1 to 2, I go back to that exact location and just get a little bit more, test it again, and we do that till it's clear.
Right.
And then
in one sitting.
In one sitting while you wait there, yeah. Okay. And so when you leave, you've gotten the cancer out, and you've gotten a plastic reconstructive surgery to make sure that scarring is minimal.
Perfect. Now, of course, you have a website where everyone can go and look up a lot of this, and that would be on our screen, so they can take a look at that. They can call you at 949-545-6605, and of course, they can always go to your website for more information and to look up everything you've just said to us.
That's right.
And I appreciate it because I think it's really important for us to know, especially after we've been out in the heat, and you may not pay attention, so it's good to call and get a skin check.
That's right, especially in Southern California where we have so much sun exposure year-round and throughout our lives. It's very important that we establish, your baseline skin, make sure you don't have anything scary, and if you do, take care of it immediately.
Right, and I'm always looking, going, I think that's from something, so I have to be careful. Thank you very much.
It's so good to see you.
You too. And if you want more information, of course, you can always go to their website, which is skincredibleddermatology.com, or call 949-545-6605. We'll be right back.
I'm Dr. Bobby Awadala, double board certified dermatologist and Mohs surgeon, and I'd like to introduce you to Skin Credible Dermatology and Surgery. We perform general dermatology, including skin checks, suspicious spots or moles, and other skin problems. Plus, we have the highest cure rate for skin cancer removal. Our state-of-the-art facility is top of the line with industry-leading lasers and cutting-edge cosmetic products. Our goal is to turn back the years with a natural, beautiful look. Visit our website or give us a call to book your appointment today.
The Salvation Army presents a Lunch and Learn workshop protecting your family and increasing your income on September 30th at the Marbella Country Club. Call 1-800-298-6532 for more information or to register today.
Every year we would get a charitable gift annuity with the Salvation Army. This helps me, it helps my daughter, and it helps the Army. The Salvation Army will tide you over, give you shelter, give you food, and help you get back on your feet.
Well, we have the exciting air show that is happening this weekend in Huntington Beach. Lots of fun, tons of aircraft, lots of different ones. including the Air Force Thunderbirds. That's going to be September 30th through October 2nd. You can get your tickets at pacificairshow.com, and it's right on the beach, so that should be a lot of fun. Now, if you are interested in tennis or pickleball lessons, we have a coach right here in the village that can help us out. His name is Coach Alan Galera, and he is helpful for tennis, pickleball, and paddle tennis. And if you want to get in touch with him, you can call him at 714-552-2119. Then we've got the Wellness Expo that is happening this Saturday. So Health and Wellness Expo. It's going to be in Clubhouse 5, and that is, of course, Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There are lectures, there's sponsor fare, there's complimentary event, free box lunches, and that's, of course, while supplies last, so I recommend showing up a little earlier. Now, if you want more information, you can email recreation@vmsinc.org. Now, another fun thing is Oktoberfest, of course. The month of October always brings Oktoberfest all over South County here. This is going to be at St. Nicholas Parish, and it is a fundraiser, and it's October 8th from 1 to 8 p.m. And they're going to have lots of really great stuff happening, and that is at St. Nicholas Parish Hall. Now, also, I wanted to let you know that there is going to be a class from the Garden Center, worm farming, and it actually has a specific name called vermicomposting, and that's going to be Friday, October 14th in Clubhouse 7's main lounge from 1 to 3. And if you want more info on all of that, you can call 949-268-2387. And then one last thing I wanted to let you know about is, of course, the Joy to the World concert that we discussed yesterday on This Day. We had one of the band members, and that is going to be Friday, October 14th at 7:30 in the evening in the Performing Arts Center, and you can always get the tickets at tickets.lagunawoodsvillage.com. All right, let's take a look at our weather before we head out. It's looking warm today and tomorrow, but cooling towards the weekend and obviously through the weekend. So today we're looking at a high of about 85 with an overnight of 67. Tomorrow, 81, 64, partly sunny skies. 79, 64, then 79, 65, and then partly cloudy, mostly in the mornings, 80, 68. Have a great day in the village. We'll be back again tomorrow right here at 9 a.m. on Village Television. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Village Television presents Friday Films, only on Village Television. Fridays at 2 and 6 p.m. Foreign films, dramas, and comedies. Award-winning films, romance and mystery. Independent films. Every Friday, only on Village Television.
When a loved one requires ongoing assistance and attention, home-related care and caregiving become viable alternatives to an existence dependent upon hospitalization. Your home care provides thoughtful general care and assistance with the basic necessities of daily living, all within familiar surroundings.
Hello, I'm Kyle Warner, and I would love to talk to you about how we can help with your home care needs. Call me today.